Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. This is part 1 of building my Avanti. I'm so excited. I actually am still waiting for servo arms and lights. I've ordered the lights already, but the servo arms not. And I am gonna order them tomorrow. So I don't know if I'm gonna be putting in the plastic ones. I don't really want to put in the plastic ones, the standard ones. But I'll see what I'll do. So basically, all we're going to be doing now for today, because it's pretty late already, is I'm going to be gluing in everything. So I'm going to be gluing in all of the robot hinges. That's everything I'm going to be doing today. So I'm just going to start with the rudder, because for the rudder, so basically what I'm going to do here is now I'm going to go ahead and do the rudder first. I'm going to put in the servo, of course the servo arm not, and I'm going to build like a small thing that's going to pop into here for my wiring lead. So yeah, so that's basically what I'm going to go ahead and do now. So let's do that. So guys, as you can see, the rudder is now finished. So let's go through it. So for the hinges, I used wood glue. This Uhu slime. It's express, and I just use it because it works better for hinges and balsa. I find it to work a lot better than epoxy, and I have more time. So yeah, that's why I used that. I taped it off to get nothing out somewhere else. And then for the main hinge, what I did, I taped it off too. Just put some 5mm epoxy, mixed it together, and glued this one in, scruffed these up before the control horns. Then for the servo, what I went ahead and done, I just need to sand out this like file, which is like a 4 squared file for the lead, for the servo lead, and then we screwed those in. The screws, I put some wood glue on it, and then here I used the ball links, nice and tight everything. I could not wait for the electron arms, so I used the standard arms that come with it. So I hope this is going to be enough control throw for a knife edge. I'm pretty sure it is, so we'll see. I might change it after a while. And then just to top it off, for the cable here, I went ahead and just cut out, it's I think 2mm balsa, covered it with a bit of carbon vinyl. It's just like vinyl that looks like carbon, and then with some thin CA I glued it in there. I don't know if you can see it, but here I put with the assembly knife, I carved a minus and a plus here so I know which one is the positive and negative. So yeah, that's it for the rudder, and now I'm going to go ahead and so yeah guys, here are my elevators, my horizontal steps, and I'm just gonna have them next to each other all of the time, so I do the same steps with both of them. And yeah, I'm gonna go through the same wood glue here for these hinges, epoxy, and then the Loctiting stuff, and yeah, just go ahead and do the exact same stuff like before. And I do always have the manual next to me, cause it's good, cause I need the lengths of my push rods and it stands in there, and so I know about what to do, so that's also for what this is good. So for the elevator, because I don't know which version I have, on mine there's used one push rod and it's already cut out, and I cannot feel a second cutout or anything, but in the manual they use 2 push rods, so I'm not quite sure. We're gonna see. I'm gonna use one, and if there are leftovers at the end, I'm just gonna put a second one in, so if there are leftovers after the build, so yeah, I'll go ahead and So guys, I finished with the elevators now, and I had a small oopsie, because on the beginning I put the servo around the wrong way. So I had everything done pretty much, and then my dad came down and we recognized that the servo is not quite in the right position. So yeah, so that's what happened to me, a little oopsie there. But otherwise, everything went well. I added a little carbon vinyl there, and it's just like racing themed carbon. I kind of like it. This little strip down here of carbon. So for the hinges, wood glue like on the rudder. Then I just screwed these in, made a little carbon template here for the plug. I've marked it plus and minus, and otherwise, yeah, Loctited everything, the screws for the servo arm, the nuts here, everything Loctited. I glued this in with epoxy. Before gluing, I taped it off so I wouldn't get glue everywhere. So yeah, that's what I did with the rudder. And next I'm gonna be moving on to the wing. So for this part, for part 1, I'm still gonna do the servos in the wing, but the gear and everything is gonna be in part 2. So I'll see what I'll do in part 2, everything, but that's gonna be in part 2. And here, one time, these are my my control throws here. So you can see here, this is up max, this is down maximum. I don't know if I'm going to do it really that much, but this is just what I can do maximum. So yeah, and there are like a few like things here, smudges from the wood glue, that I am able to just rub off like this, but at the end I'm just gonna wipe the whole plane with isopropyl alcohol, so it's gonna look nice and shiny again. So yeah, so I'll see you when I'm going to do it. guys, the wings are now finished, and let's go over it a bit. So I started with the aileron install. The aileron install, it is mixed. You can the servo. The problem is with my version, the newest version, and the manual is from still the first version. So my father couldn't really help me too, because he had the first version. He only did the things he did in the first version. So you know what to do for the first version. But I have I think version 3 or 2 it is now. And basically, this is a bit different here. So you have different screws in the picture. Let me show you. I'm just going to show you for references if you are building one of the new Avantis, which are absolutely great. I just wanted to show you which screws you need to use, because I don't want that you go into the same issues, and then so I want you to have a really nice airplane, because I need to screw the screws out and in a few times. So for actually mounting this servo plate here, to mount this, the screws that go into here, these two, are those, yeah? Those are black screws, and they are, where are they? No, I don't have them anymore. I don't have any anymore. They look exactly like those here, yeah, but are about the size from those. So you can see the size difference, but otherwise the screw is exactly this. And I thought, I was scared, because I thought I've got how I drilled my holes, yeah, for the wing. I did, because for the screws to go in, I drilled a bit of a smaller hole, and I did go right through the wing the one time. I just need to find it. Or was it that wing? Because you can't see it properly, it's just something that really annoys me, because I like my planes nice, and here you can see I went right through the wing. You can't properly see it, but it's just, yeah, an annoying fact. So, otherwise on the front, I thought the screws were gonna go through if they were too long, but after a bit of risk taking, I got myself to start screwing one in. I had one finger on the other side on the hole I already made in the wing, and it was like, please don't come through, and it did not come through. You can tighten them down as much as you want, and yeah, that's that for those screws. And otherwise, the servo mounting, so it does not matter which way around you put the servo in on the aileron. You just need to make sure that the whole servo, with the whole mounting here, that this is how you can see here, the servo arm needs to be right in the middle of the thing, because I got a bit annoyed with this, because on the other servo I mounted the other servo the other way around than this one, and that's absolutely no problem. You just need to make sure that this here is in the middle, and you can have space to play, because you can swap the servo around, push it around in the middle, because the actual mounting tray is about this big for the servo. Then you have like this much of room to play with on each side. So there, it does not really matter which side you do it, but for every other surface it really does matter. And then for the ball links, the only thing I disliked a bit on those is on the elevator ball links, etc. Where's the elevators? I want to show you. Wait 1 second, I need to get the elevators. Ja.
Weil wir haben auch noch für alle 3, inklusive Fahrwerk, plus die Bremsen. Was genau?
Nein.
Doch.
Lichter.
Die Lichter sind nochmal separat.
Ich mag auch die schwarzen, die gefallen mir besser. So guys, here's an elevator for you guys. So to see, these here, the metal rod has like a thing where you can easily hold it with the clamp. So that's something you can do easily here. So that's pretty normal. But on these here that are just round, it slips through and it's really annoying to get in properly. So that's just something that I want to mention. I then put it into, like, I don't know what it is exactly. It's like, I don't know what it is. It's like something, 2 big steel plates. You can turn it together. sorry, and basically I put it in between there and then I push it on, because you need to put a lot of pressure on these that they start to screw on, because otherwise you think they screw on and then they just come off. I really was quite annoyed by that, but otherwise I found a solution for that. Everything is Loctited here with wood glue, is glued in. The row bar hinges are glued in with wood glue. These hinges are glued in with 20-minute epoxy. The manual says with CA. I don't want to glue those in CA because I don't want them coming loose in flight. So otherwise, this thing here, this in the middle, it's like a vertical stab, and basically it says to just put it in like this and put CA like this on the middle and then swipe it out with the finger. I did it with this. It ended up not working at all, and what I did with this wing then is like, I said, okay, I'm going to do it how I wanted to do it, how I had it in my mind on this wing. And I just laid this wing aside, didn't take anything off. And this side I did beautifully. As you can see, I went ahead on this wing, taped this off, this section, 2 tapes here, and then the section that gets glued on here, on the wing, I put off the vinyl. So I just cut off the vinyl and then wood glued it and let it set overnight. But on the other wing, unfortunately, how I then wanted to go to that, the CA, out of some reason, had cured, even though it did not want to cure with I don't know how much kicker before. And yeah, basically this front piece was cured. The back knot, I want to pull it up and I cracked this here. So I don't know yet if I want to put some vinyl over it. I'm probably just gonna iron this close and put like a piece of vinyl over there. I don't know, but then I did the same process here. And today I wake up in the morning, get ready for school, I take off the tape, I see the stupid CA that I thought I had taken off all was bubbled up completely. Like I took everything off with like a wet wipe. I thought everything was off. Then I take this the tape off, the CA starts bubbling up. So what I went ahead, I tried taking this, scraping off the CA. I just got more mad because I started getting up the vinyl the whole time. And then what I just went ahead and done, I've taken some wood glue and just put it in here 2 times and just swiped with my finger. Did it 1 more time, swiped it away with my finger, and I think that's a pretty good result now. So with that said, that's it for part 1 actually, because in part 1 now we have done the servo installation, and in part 2 we are going to do mainly, I'm pretty sure it's mainly going to be the gear installation, because here's the gear. It's mainly going to be gear installation. I have, in the fuselage, while things were drying here, I have started planning out the board in the middle, but I'll be explaining everything. It's just roughly, but I'm going to be making inside the board, the wooden board where everything goes on. I'm going to do a new one on my own that covers the whole front section. Wait 1 second, I'll see you in the next clip and I'll show everything. Oh guys, this is my layout this is the doors, not the gear in, and this is my layout. I laid out everything on the tray. I've gotten the turbine just test fitted in there. Second, that up there again. I leaned it over on the tip. I just like tipped it over slightly so it would sit like this, so it can't fall over in the night and anything breaks. So I already had it in the fall over mode. So let's talk about from behind. Turbine BF 140, like I talked about. I don't have the thrust tube in yet. Nothing is screwed in. It's just test fitting. I'll take everything out, and then next video I think we're also going to do the cable management. I just don't have the cables yet. So this tank is the tank of the XS MB339. So it's not the tank from this thing, but Seva also flies with the tank of the MB339 because you get better weight distribution in the plane with this tank. The usual tank, this is a 3-liter tank, usually it's a 5-liter tank. You just get more tank and it just fills up the whole area and you cannot see the turbine in there afterwards. So, because that tank, the 5 liter, will go until here. And the hopper tank is thought, I'm pretty sure, to be somewhere like there. On my dad's Avanti, it was like right here. So, and for the tank mounting, I don't know quite what to do yet, but that's, I'm pretty sure, for part 3, the turbine mounting. And yeah, that's just a bit of the tank that you can see there. And then let's come to the front. I don't know if I've mentioned it yet, but I love Powerbox. Powerbox Mercury is coming in there. This piece has been sitting around at my shop lately. A long time already. I'm going to be putting the GPS in here. Twice the Futaba R, whatever that is, high voltage S-bus receivers. So then I have my turbine systems here. My display. Usually people have that thing like in the plane on a Velcro here, and then for flying just put it off the Velcro, look at the thing, and then put it out of the plane. So my whole turbine stuff is going to be down there. I've just laid it in there. I don't know if you can see it properly. It's like valves, pumps, etc, etc. So that's all going to be there. We're going to make a plate for under there, but that's how it is going to be for now. Because we're going to make a separate plate under there and then put everything in there, and the wires are going to go under that plate. So this is the Powerbox Mercury with the gyro inside. I'm not going to use the gyro. I need to program it, and then I'm going to have it off probably the whole time. I just will program it properly, because maybe in windy days I might use it, but I'm not a big gyro fan. Otherwise, here we have the Unilight system and the JP gear door mechanism. So basically what I'm going to be doing here is I'm not going to be installing this plate, because I already talked with my dad. He also did it like that in his Avanti. He did a bit of a smaller plate than what I want to do. So this is all of the turbine management stuff, etc. I also am careful that the tip is not touching anything, because you don't want that happening. So I'm going to be putting a plate in here where I can screw these in, because I only need a plate to screw these in, because that's the only thing that gets screwed. This gets velcroed on, and this gets also the mount of that gets glued in, and also of that pumps and stuff. I have a fuel release on off. Fuel on off. I don't want to put it on now, because I still have a bit of fuel in the system. I don't want diesel in my jet now already. So basically I'm going to make a huge tray that comes from here till the back here, or I think I maybe also do it from these 2 ribs till all the way to the back, so I'll have more than enough space. I'll probably even use this thing to mount these, and then the cables, as you can see, come through these pipes. They're not glued in yet. That should get C8 at the end. In the end, you can see those pipes everywhere. So the only thing the thing is good, because I usually put sneak skin on it on the plane, but this is kind of sneak skin and it's heat resistant, and I don't need to worry about any turbine hot exhausts. So my batteries are probably gonna go here. I don't quite know yet if they, because on my dad with the 5 liter tank, they were like shoved up right in front of there. So batteries, I ordered them. They're 2S batteries. I think they're same like in my MiG. So in my MiG, these are 2S 1200s. I'm pretty sure they are. So there I'm gonna put in 4. I mean, I need for the motor management system 3. No. Yeah, I don't know. No. So this is going to be 2 of those batteries for the power box system. Exactly 1 or 2 for this motor management. Then I'll have a 2S800 in here for the Unilight system. That's more than enough, and I save a lot of weight. So it's going to be this here. It's going to go in for the Unilight system. And for the JP, I'm probably going to get about the same battery, because I don't need a lot for that. Just does not need a lot. And yeah, because my Electron system in my MiG, it works fine for 6 flights with this battery, and that's more than enough. I do make 10 flights at least with the jet a day, because I just like flying a lot, and then I get more practice and get to know the jet better. So that's gonna be more than enough for me. But otherwise, this is just the layout. This is about what I'm gonna get here. And I do have the on-off switch. I need to say this power box is a bit older, because there still are these power boxes, which I like more than the new ones. The Mercury power box Mercury, I like the old design more than the new one. But with the newer one, Mercuries that you order, even though if you choose the old design, you will get the new switch. I don't know if I'm gonna order a new switch or not, but we'll see for that. And otherwise, I'm still gonna wait for my whole connectors and for my power box wiring, and then yeah, I'd say I see you in the next one. So guys, I will see you then in the next one, and I hope we're gonna continue with the Avanti. We're probably gonna continue with the wings first, and yeah, so don't forget to subscribe and like the video, and I'll see you in the next one.